like a cartwheel. No, this ain't right. No, there's gotta be more than the rat race. Gotta be more. Who said we were lost in the first place? What makes them sure? Never been here before, so I'll never be the girl that I was. See, I'll never use the past as a crutch. Seems like right now might really be all that I got. Currency right now is my dreams, my love, my art. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live, yeah. With love, fear, self-doubt, and self-deprecate. With a heart on my sleeve and a dream to chase. In a world, in a wood, in another time. Deep breath, fresh air, and a crystal sky. And a faithful guy on an open mic. Or with the spotlight on and the bass up bright. Is it too much to ask for in this lifetime? Oh, I believe there's more than these city walls. I got wings so I hardly fly. Say the birds eye view so beautiful, but you won't get there until you take flight. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live, yeah. Running round on a treadmill. This ain't life. Turn around like a cartwheel. No, this ain't right.
You broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find the fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out and move mountains. We gon' walk it out and move mountains.
And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up,
And I'll do it 1,000 times again.
and I'll rise up, high like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up,
And I'll do it 1,000 times again.
for you,
For you,
for you,
for you.
when the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe.
And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet.
Move mountains.
Bring it to its feet. Move. Oh, oh, oh. They say life is what you make it. Well, I'm a legend in the making. I know just what.
I like to show you why all the things you worried about don't matter anymore. And if you don't mind, I like to tell you all my secrets all the time. And if you don't mind, I like to tell you the past behind. Whoa, I'm letting go. Whoa, don't let me go.
I'm Just Saying presents the Pearl Jam Awards, hosted by Calvin Winbush.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Not sure if you guys can hear me. Hey, well, what's up? My name is Calvin C. Winbush. Yes, thank you guys so much for coming in. And good evening, everyone, and welcome to our first annual Pearl Jam Award ceremony. Now, for those of you who don't know, the pearl is extremely unique, unlike diamonds, rubies, emeralds, or any other stones. Pearls require no cutting or polishing before you use them, and they're just simply stunning the way that they naturally form. And just like the pearl, these women that we're going to be honoring tonight, they're perfect just the way they are. I'm your host, Calvin C. Winbush II, and it is my honor to present and pleasure to acknowledging the women of empowerment this evening. So, let's see. The first thing that we're actually going to have up is we're going to be honoring Dr. Andrea Annette Anthony. Now, Dr. Andrea A. Anthony has a Master of Science degree in Educational Administration, and she's earned a doctorate degree in Christian counseling with an emphasis on life coaching. She's a founder and executive director of Guarded Wings Project, and in the wake of the global pandemic of COVID-19 and school closures, Dr. Andrea Anthony turned her living room into a classroom and started a learning pod, which is crazy because look, my heart goes out to any parents who had kids that were that age and everything that where they needed some. She opened her actual living room for that. She's a proud instructional coach of virtual learning for 5 children. And crazy. Dr. A. Anthony created an annual conference entitled Empower Her. And it's hard to believe that before the pandemic, she still found time to minister and to be a chaplain at her church and coach high school girls basketball. So that's insane. That's a lot. I don't know how many she fits all that time into that dang day of hers, but we bless her for it. Now, so on this night, right now, we honor you, Dr. Andrea Annette Anthony.
Good evening. Thank you so much. This is an honor and it's a pleasure.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Who's that lady you were talking about doing all that stuff?
That was you. That was your resume. Don't be shy now. It was awesome stuff. So thank you. Like, thank you so much. Where are you from originally?
I am originally a native of Los Angeles.
That's awesome.
California.
That's awesome.
Born and raised.
How do you do it like that? Like reading your accomplishments and everything. I was floored in a very good way. It challenged me to think like, man, how can I do more? How do you schedule this? How does it go? Give us some tips.
You know what? I don't schedule it. I just, when the opportunities come or when the need needs to be met, then I'm just one of those kind of people that don't ask what needs to be done. When I see what needs to be done, I just do it. And so I don't schedule my time. Sometimes I try to work on scheduling my time because I'm all over the place and then I forget to take time out for myself. But it's just a blessing and an honor to be a servant and to serve specifically children and more importantly African American children.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a huge heart for kids and everything, especially in Los Angeles. Like I mentor with Engage Division, which my friend Vince Allen helms. And one of the things I tell the kids all the time, like, look, I came all the way from Detroit to be in your city to make money in entertainment. You just got to go 5 miles up the street, and there's a whole world here. So, like, I love just being able to sow into the minds and the futures of kids. So, thank you so much for everything that you do and everything that you are.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, guys. So the next person that we're going to be honoring tonight, I actually just met, and this is just to show you her heart. She actually sponsored someone. I teach a voiceover class, and I actually heard of her because she called me and somebody referred her to me, and she actually helped to sponsor somebody to take my class and everything. So when I heard that we were going to be honoring her tonight, I was like, wow, man, this is a small world. But she is amazing. First of all, if you don't know her, you soon will. Her name, or you've definitely seen her. I'll say that much. Her name is LaFay Baker, who is first known as Hollywood Stuntman. So she was a stuntman for HBO's Introducing Dorothy Dandridge and the hit movie What's Love Got to Do with It. You've seen her in much more than that, though. She's devoted to empowering and transforming lives of teen girls and foster care girls through her Diamond in the Raw. The purpose of Diamond in the Raw, which is a 501c3 organization, is basically to help to arm young women to give them opportunities so that they don't just, fall into the cracks of society, especially those who are more at risk. Um, that helps them to build skills and help them to get an education. So Diamond in the Raw has changed the lives of so many young girls and it's still growing. Miss LaFay Baker in 2020 under the organization of Power in the Voice podcast boot camp was started. Let me see just a second. She started to have people come into that program and it also helped out as well. She's dedicated to making sure these young ladies also become financially empowered. So tonight we honor your work in the community. The founder of Diamond in the Raw, CEO of Stone Cold Action Productions, Miss LaFay Baker. Yeah, she actually sent in her speech. So we're going to be watching that in just a second, and they have that queued up. Till then, y'all can look at my pretty face. Hey, there we go. They're about to play it in a second.
I would like to thank you for considering me as a recipient, as a woman who empowers others.
Mm.
I work so diligently within the area of changing the balance of gender in all walks of life and increasing the awareness about generational wealth, specifically for Black families and young girls. This is exactly what the Diamond Raw Foundation does. See, I firmly believe it is my responsibility to educate and provide any insightful information I have obtained over the years in my career as entertainment. As a young kid, I didn't have these opportunities, and I just think it's so important that I give back and provide insightful information. So just know that I am humbly grateful and I thank you so much for this honor. I'm just taken back for, but thank you so much. Thank you.
Awesome. We thank you for everything that you're doing. Wow, that is amazing. And again, just I'm so grateful to be able to just introduce these women and just to honor them because again, like a lot of the stuff that they do, like nobody has to do, but they're doing it on a regular basis and they're actually changing lives. Like a lot of people talk about what needs to be done, but for those who actually just, put the shovel to the soil and actually do it, look, it's not easy. And I'm so thankful for them. So the next honoree that we're going to be talking about tonight is Jane Bond. Now she's let's see, the principal director of the bond agency Diamond Key as services, and she works with entrepreneurs, career professionals, and individuals in the high net worth community generally. Her clients include celebrities, entertainers, professional athletes, as well as many of Wall Street's financial executives. and we have a video for her. Oh, hey, how you doing? Can you see and hear me? Hey, how you doing? I think you might be muted, but they'll help you out right there and unmute you.
I think I just unmuted myself.
Oh,
Today, I'm going to walk you through one of the hottest listings to ever hit the Naples market. I want to tell you a little bit about the area first. We're going to go to Naples K, and Naples K is through this secret garden here. One of their neighbors is the Naples Artist, which is formerly known as the Philharmonic. And the Philharmonic, you can go there any given night and watch crooners like Harry Connick Jr. or Tony Bennett perform, and these stars shine really bright at night. And if you get worried about your overflow of guests, the Naples Grand Beach Resort Hotel is right across the road. And another place they have as a neighbor is the Waterside Shops. And the Waterside Shop houses high-end labels such as Ferragamo, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, and even Saks Fifth Avenue is over there. And they have lots of various restaurants that you can dine at after a long day of shopping. Welcome to Sky High Luxury. This penthouse has been totally gutted and redesigned by the design team of Interiors by Stephen G. And Stephen G has put his own stamp of star power on this over 13,000 square feet condominium by adorning it with 3x6 slabs of Italian porcelain tile flooring throughout the interior and exterior. This condominium has 5 bedrooms and 5.5 bathrooms and 360-degree views of the Gulf of Mexico. This great room has 3 seating areas. We have a dining table that's sitting in front of the Gulf of Mexico, which is your focal point that seats 14 people. The lighting is LED, and the system is Crestron, which controls all the lights and all the music. As we flow through this beautiful condominium, we have beautiful luxe furnishings. The cool palette on the floor is a gray striation, indicative of what we would say a soft flowing water painting. The artwork is large and gorgeous and has pops of color throughout, which coincides with the white palette that goes throughout the whole entire condominium. In the kitchen, we have quartz countertops. The kitchen has been outfitted with all Gaggenau appliances and beautiful exotic veneer woods on the Sub-Zero and your extra cabinetry with brushed nickel hardware. The high polished cabinetry pops with all the sunlight coming through the condominium. And this part of the family room seats comfortably at least 15 people with your cylinder fireplace and your large flat screen television. And we have not even hit the Dazzler, which is your master bathroom. But this condominium could be yours for $17,995,000. Wouldn't you love to have your guest over and cook them a great meal in that beautiful kitchen?
all right. I think we're back in and everything. Glad you guys enjoyed that video. So, Miss Jane Bond, thank you so much again for everything that you do, like, and just who you are. Like, I mean, is now I have to ask because people might be wondering: is Jane Bond that's really your name?
100%.
Okay, that's just so cool. I mean, that name
Thank
sells
you.
itself. Seriously.
Thank you.
No, we just
That's a good thing. Too
no.
soon.
I tell you, no, it's a really good thing. So it says here and everything that we're just celebrating you for your passion of working with underprivileged children and the LGBTQ teenagers. Thank you so much. We salute you, and with the Pearl Jam Award of Achievement. So thank you so much for everything you do and all that you are. Seriously, thank you.
Absolutely. I was honored when Dion called me. I was a little surprised and I was
Yeah.
like, wow, okay, that's a beautiful honor. So I had to show up. Thank you for having me here. And ladies, I am so blessed to be amongst you all. I feel like I'm amongst winners when I was told who was going to be here and why we were all here. I found my pearls so I could clutch them properly,
Oh,
just like my hero Carla Harris does most of the time.
yeah, yeah.
Interesting enough, I grew up in Philadelphia, moved to New York
very quickly. It was just the migration of someone like myself in Philadelphia. Love my
Mhm.
city.
Yep.
Found my true calling in New York City, which was entertainment at the time.
Love it.
Worked and opened up a entertainment management company. Worked with a lot of actors, recording artists, recording artists, and models. And I found it very interesting to manage people. So when it came time for me to leave and everything was going on back in 2008, I just kind of came to Florida, got
Mm.
married, opened up another business, went into real estate. From real estate, figured it out here in Naples, Florida, because Naples, Florida is a very retired community.
Yep. Yep.
And found my calling in real estate and was able to really pivot in that industry and make my way to the top. I live in a community with people that don't look like me, so it was
Yeah.
very interesting to climb. But
Yeah.
most of the time, people don't see the climb; they only see the top of the window when you get there. And
Yeah.
it's been an interesting ride. My life is full of giving back to people that look like me
Yep.
because in my market, I don't see anyone at
Wow.
my level,
No,
especially
that's definitely one of the things I really appreciate about you. Like clearly you had an awesome life and you're still doing awesome things,
yes,
but
thank
you
you.
take the time to reach back. And so
Ab-
that's the thing. It's like, look, anybody, there's a lot of successful people, but to actually have the heart to know that, like, hey, not everybody is going to have my experience and I can actively affect change in other people's lives is extremely commendable. And that's why we honor you today.
Thank you. I always say, listen, you have nothing, you create something. When you
Mm,
create something, you do something with it, and then you create success. And it's always a climb for
yeah.
everyone. It doesn't matter, brown, brown, yellow, green, whatever it may be.
Hmm.
It's always going to be a climb. Success is not easy. It's always a hard road to the top, and it's kind of lonely there. So
Yeah.
it's always interesting when you get there to turn around and pass that baton. And I love young people. Young people really are interesting to me. They're hungry today. They have made a lot of changes, um, especially throughout my industry. And I have a very soft spot for them, and especially the LGBTQ young people, because most of them I run into are lost. So I try to guide
Yeah.
them, and shine a light their way. So I
Well,
think
seriously.
our job as women, especially women of color, is to really turn back and say, "Listen, I'm going to keep that door open for you," just
Yeah.
like the ones that have, came before us. And I take my hat off to the great Almighty Dr. Martin Luther King and wish him a happy birthday every time I go
Aw.
around.
Absolutely. Well, just thank you so much for following in his footsteps. And we,
Absolutely.
everybody here at the Pearl Jam Awards, we salute you and we
Thank
honor
you.
you. Thank you so much.
And Jane,
Just
do us a
so
favor, as well as
last
Andrea.
note, because of him, I am me, and I'm completely free at this point in my life to do whatever I choose to do.
That
So,
is great.
absolutely.
Seriously, thank you.
So, Jane, do us one favor, real quick, okay? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. Execution to Excellence. Let people know because that podcast is so amazing.
Thank you.
The reason Jane was chose was
Hmm.
basically because of the work that she does with her podcast and with everything that she's doing. She is sharing the wealth in mind by telling everyone there is a pathway to get where I am. She is not closing the gate. So make
Absolutely.
sure that you let people know how to find that podcast, how often it is on, because they do not want to miss it. And Andrea, I need
Mm,
you to come back because I want you to do your acceptance speech and tell people what you are doing. We want to make sure every one of you let people know what's going on in your life. You are women of empowerment today, yesterday, and you will be tomorrow. So we need
amen.
to make sure they understand that. You know what I mean? As they say, yesterday was a blessing, today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. So
Hey,
let's make sure that you let them know, Jane. And then Andrea, you come back because I want you to
Okay.
tell people what your future is looking like. Okay.
My
Okay.
podcast, I started the podcast about a year ago. I'm really proud of it. I have an amazing, amazing amount of attention to it. It's called From Execution to Excellence. And it's about, people that have paved the way to success and are willing to give, clues to how to get there. And for those who have broken through to navigate that path is not easy. So I always ask them to drop gems throughout the podcast to share with people how they executed everything they had inside of them to break through to success. And I interview people from all around the country, people that really have found their way to success, and they share with us their trials and tribulations, challenges that they had getting there. Actually, our next podcast will be coming out with Mr. Jeremy Norman, who has one of the largest black-owned brokerages out of Atlanta. He grew it within 3 years, over 200 agents. And then we have Aisha Bowes, who's next, who's the African American rocket scientist from NASA right now. So I'm really proud of that podcast. I find interesting people all the time. Actually, I interviewed Miss LaFay Baker, and that's how I met Miss Dion.
Nice.
And LaFay was amazing to have an African American stunt woman. Had never heard of an African American stunt woman, and I'm half a century old. So that was really interesting to me. And from there, I wrote a book. Actually, and that book was just published, and it's called How to Land Your First $1 Million Listing. And that's for the real estate agents that think they can't do it. I ask that they get out of their own way and knock it out, because if I can do it from sitting on a stump in Philadelphia dreaming of the life I always wanted, then I know they can. So I wrote the book.
Awesome. We're doing this because I'm letting everybody know that every woman we are bringing in front of you is doing something amazing. They have done something in the past, they're doing it in the present, and their tomorrow looks even brighter. Andrea, who do you want to thank and recognize, and what do you want people to, let them know about your organization real quick?
Well, I'm honored to be amongst some amazing women. I'm like the host. Like, she's my new best friend. Everybody else after her, new best friend. But I during the pandemic, I was pushed and been procrastinating to start my own nonprofit, something I've been trying to do for over a decade, but doing other things, busy, jumping in and helping out. But in May, I launched my own nonprofit. The name of it is Guarded Wings Project, and the focus is on the prevention and intervention of childhood sexual abuse. And so I believe that this is my purpose for the rest of my natural life, is to safeguard children against sexual abuse in childhood, to educate parents, to educate children, to reach out into faith-based communities, into schools, and empower parents and help them understand that they are the child's first teacher. And if a home is safeguarded and the child is safeguarded, then everyone will know, they will be on notice that perpetrators, anybody who think that they want to do something, they will know that this child is empowered, the entire family is empowered. And I believe that every person that's a part of that child's life should be empowered. They should be trained. They should know how to recognize the signs. And it's time out for turning our heads. It's time out for staying silent. In this pandemic, when schools shut down, children had no safe place to go. So they were locked in their homes with their abusers. And so the national hotline, for the first time in the history of the organization, more than 50% of their phone calls came from minors who were sheltered in place with their abusers. And so I'm boots on the ground. There's a lot of organizations out there that are doing the work, but I want to do the work in my own community and communities that look like my community all over the world, because I want to educate children and empower parents to safeguard their children. So that's the work I'm doing. That's my passion. And I'm a survivor, and I've been blessed to live a life of expectancy and with purpose and with drive. And so I want to be able to empower other children, parents, adults who are survivors, and also we want to end childhood sexual abuse. And so that's my goal for the rest of my natural life.
Wow.
And thank you so much for the opportunity.
We
I
applaud
love
you.
that.
So every guest that comes up that Calvin
Yeah.
will recognize, make sure that you let people know what you are doing and
Mhm.
what is your plan for the future, because you definitely all shine and you are definitely women of empowerment. So let's move to the next one, please.
Awesome. That is amazing. Seriously, thank you guys so much again. Our next honoree is Sherry Onika Valley Cole, who was a candidate for judge of the Los Angeles Superior Court. Sherry was a molecular biologist and biochemist major at Yale University. So, she's smart, and worked her way through school. For real. Look, she earned a scholarship to law school, and I'm going to just say what it is. She earned a scholarship to law school and graduated from Loyola Law School in 1998. During law school, she paid for her living expenses by working as a teacher for Los Angeles Unified School District. After law school, she joined the Los Angeles City Attorney's Office as a deputy city attorney and served the citizens of Los Angeles as a criminal prosecutor for 15 years. She is currently in private practice, and in her current capacity, she serves citizens from multiple multiple counties throughout the state as a civil that word got me. It always gets to me. I try to say litigator in my regular life, and it just trips me up. So after learning that her son was autistic, she's been an advocate for her son since, and has assisted other families she's come across whose children have special needs. Sherry is committed to justice for all, and she is a force to be around. She never stops giving. She has helped families who are being evicted and advised and counseled to so many women, children, and families in need of legal help. She does hard work in hard ways sometimes just for the love of what is right. So it is only right that we honor you tonight with the Pearl Jam Women of Empowerment Award. Thank you so much.
My pearls.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, Miss Bond. Wait a minute. I'm sitting here going, wait a minute. I need to talk to some of these other women. I am so impressed. Wow. I have to tell you, thank you so much. I just wanted to say that giving is infectious, and I can see that in some of our other speakers and honorees tonight. I love people. I have compassion for those. Like our doctor Andrea, I also am a survivor of sexual abuse, survivor of domestic violence. I am the thriver of a family that at one point was homeless. And my father's now a physician. My brothers are both physicians. I went to medical school and I graduated from law school. And education freed my family from poverty.
Yeah.
So I am very a strong advocate for those of color who and anyone who needs help getting a free and the highest level of education that they can obtain, whether they're differently abled like my son or not. So I am thinking about leaving corporate practice to actually start a nonprofit legal clinic with the purpose to kind of focus on some of the problems of families like myself who were kind of mired in poverty and try to dig their way out with everything from illegal debt collection type of actions to collecting if they're owning a small business. I'm assisting a client right now getting their funds for a construction project that is significant and that can put a lot of people of color back to work. Anything that kind of moves us forward, and just understanding how the more you know as a consumer, as a small business operator, as someone who is invested in self-improvement and awareness, that there's so much that we can do and have done. So, I encourage everyone. We are the one day after Martin Luther King Day here in Los Angeles. I was excited to see my 10-year-old read her book about MLK to her little brother.
Wow.
Share that. And just, here he is on some level, verbal autistic child running around the house talking about, I'm a Black man. and with a big, beautiful smile on his face and
Aw.
that pride. So I just want to encourage all families to find what it is that can bring your family together. And as a community, we will make it. There's hope on the horizon, more dark days, but there is hope. And anything that Annika4Judge@gmail.com can do for you, whether it's help you find a resource, help you a problem think a problem that seems very complicated and point you in the right direction, let a sister know. I'm here to help. Thank you so much for including me in this beautiful sentence in this beautiful award system. And I'll let you guys go.
Well, thank you so much, Sherry. That is an amazing thing. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like I used to think that I was accomplished, and it's not a comparison thing. It's not a contest. But man, this is inspiring. It's like, oh, okay, wow. Like these resumes are crazy.
I agree. I agree. And congratulations, all ladies.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Okay, let's see. The next honoree is Dallas Fowler. Now, Dallas Fowler is a proud Los Angeles native. She is the principal of Daltech Global LLC, a boutique digital and print media firm specializing in outreach, diversity, and business development consulting. She served in Mayor Eric Garcetti's cabinet as commissioner on the LAPD Police Permit Review Board and the Commission on the Status of Women. Her career began in construction, where she worked on over 20 publicly funded projects and transitions to implement a national supplier diversity program for a top 5 bank. A political consultant, Dallas has worked on campaigns for over 20 years. Her recent victory was serving as SoCal director for Lieutenant Government Alini. Let me not mess that up. Alini Kounalakis. Yes, I got it. I got it right before you told me. Alini Kounalakis campaign. Dallas is also a past officer and lifetime member of New Frontier Democratic Club. She has received honors from the Los Angeles Wave newspaper and National Action Network as a most influential African American under 40, the YWCA of Greater Los Angeles, the FAMU Alumni Association, and the Los Angeles County Democratic Party. Dallas is a leader in her community and a strong, outspoken voice for the community. So tonight, Dallas, for your years of service, we honor you with the Pearl Jam Women of Empowerment Award. Thank you. Thank you. Nice pearls too. Like I didn't have like white pearls or anything. These kind of look like black pearls, and I very much love your necklace as well.
Thank you so much. Dion said, bring your pearls. It's
go.
an exciting time. I would normally be in Washington, D.C. right now.
Oh, awesome.
Still celebrating Dr. King's birthday and looking forward to the inauguration of the first Black woman vice president and a new president at that. And we are happy to have her and Joe Biden. And I'm really honored because it's most important to be honored by your people, your community.
Yeah.
And Dion has done so many wonderful things in our community. BET continues to do awesome work in presenting our content. And it is just an honor to be with you all. And I'll just say this, growing up in South Central Los Angeles in the late 80s, early 90s, I had the privilege of witnessing a number of murders and killings and very unfortunate situations, and watching people who had the same opportunities I had, or at least so I felt, not necessarily take that route and are feeling like, and coming back home, going off to an HBCU, having that fantastic experience and coming home and working in corporate America and starting my own business. I think being able to talk to people, if there was one thing that I could say, it would be to always keep going, no matter what. You will have peaks, you will have valleys. Keep going. You will get to that next peak. Have the patience, continue to persevere. I've run for office before. I plan to run again. And I think it is very important that we as Black people continue to offer ourselves up for service it's an honor just to be mentioned in the names of some of the women that are all of the women that are being honored here tonight. But specifically, a few of them who I have worked with over the years, I am so proud of each and every one of you. I know you know me on here. I really am grateful for the service. LaFay Baker has been doing so much wonderful work. Grace Yu has been doing so much wonderful work for many, many years in our community. And we don't always get this this opportunity. So it was just like, I'm not gonna start crying, but on a week like this, where you're feeling like you would be at an inaugural ball to celebrate, this was perfect for me. And I'm just so grateful to be here with you all, and thank you.
I love that so much, and you're welcome, and thank you for your service. Something I was talking about with Dion, which was I didn't even think about it until she said it, was with all the craziness that's been going on, we didn't really celebrate the fact that we have an actual woman of color as the vice president. Like, it kind of, it's this thing that just like, oh yeah, her. And it's like, well, hold up. That's literally unprecedented. Like, and so I really, when she told me about this and like, hey, would you be down to host it? I was like, absolutely. Because it's like, yeah, that is an important milestone. Like, I just had a beautiful baby girl and everything. She actually gets to look at the presidency and be like, oh, wow, she looks like me. Like, oh, okay, cool, I can do that. It makes it actual real, as opposed to, you know, just going in history books and seeing people that do not look like you and that are just guys.
It's life changing for so many young women and girls. And also, I also worked as a commissioner on the status of women here and served on the National Board of Commissions for Women. And this is a monumental moment. And we do have to take that moment to celebrate. And I have worked on a number of Kamala's campaigns and supporting her over the years and watching how she has supported. I worked to elect California's first woman lieutenant governor, Eleni Kounalakis.
Okay.
And Kamala was very supportive of Eleni's campaign. She's also the first Greek American to serve in that capacity. Wow. But Kamala was able to do that. And when Kamala was up for vice president, you saw our lieutenant governor come and meet with the vice president's transition team to leverage. So to see these women leveraging one another to help get into that, it means everything. And I'm sure there's a lot of other folks that called in for Kamala, but just to see that means that we can do so much more. So
no, absolutely. Well, thank you so much.
Kevin, don't you want to serenade us?
Oh yeah, why not? Thank you. Oh, you're so sweet. I was gonna say this for the end, but Dion is so sweet.
That's
so
all these women. All of us are just so honored, and you know, I thought it was nice that we would have a young guy that's working hard.
I just happen to have a guitar here. I don't even know who set this here. I don't know who put this here. Anyway, me. So, happens to be right here. No, this is a song that I wrote. It's called Keeper. It's just about when you just recognize that, like, nah, that's a woman that we have to keep and everything. And so, like, and every guy has that thought, like, nah, she's not regular. And clearly, everybody I've talked to or will talk to tonight is not regular. You guys are insane, and I love it. So this song is dedicated to you guys. Hey, 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 oh, hey, hey, hey. Big drink, big plan, small clutch, big bag, kind of girl that keep it classy. No way I can let her pass me. She got that Melrose Beach Street Broadway walk. That California Beach Street ground and watch. She's over the line. She's over the line. She's over the line. She's over the line. Got that star that young St. Laurent vibe. A runaway girl always down the ride. She's on mine. She's on mine. She's on mine. She's keeper. Make me a believer. Every time I see her do her thing. She's a keeper. Oh, oh. Never wanna leave her. Everything King December Queen. So who you with? Where you from? If I call, you gon' come. BYT, I ain't gon' run. Need to come and give me some. Who you with? Where you from? If I call, you gon' come. BYT, ain't gon' run. Because you come and get us some. He's a keeper, yeah. Made me a believer. Every single thing that ever seen. Keeper, yeah, yeah. Oh, oh. Never wanna leave her. Every single thing is from her queen. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, oh. Thank y'all so much.
Yeah.
That was a short version of the song Keeper. I thank you guys. Y'all are all keepers, clearly. Y'all are crazy. The next women that we are honoring tonight is Kaylin Brisker Foy. Now, Kaylin is a survivor of domestic violence and is the founder of SAFE, Sisters Acquiring Financial Empowerment. Let's see. Not only is she a survivor, it motivated her to start SAFE in 2006. And what is impressive about this woman who almost lost her life is that she found the courage to not only leave the relationship, but created an organization that helps thousands of women to be empowered and safe, like the organization is called, sometimes still putting her life on the line. In 2013, she was featured in an article on domestic violence written by the White House, the domestic violence bill that our new president, Joe Biden, created during his term with former President Obama. Kaylin is still an advocate for violence against women, and SAFE is still a foundation of help and opportunity. She started this organization when living in Detroit, where I'm from. Awesome, thank you. She is now working to help women of domestic violence in the Virgin Islands. Kaylin has the leadership, strength, and courage to make tomorrow better and brighter for women struggling in a house of fear. Still being a beacon of hope for women, teenagers, and children that need it, especially now during the pandemic. As one of the previous honorees just stated and everything, like people being home, if there's domestic violence now, instead of going to school, they're with the abuser all the time. So it just heightens the level of interactions, unfortunately. Tonight, we honor you, Kaylin Foy, with the Pearl Jam Women of Empowerment Award. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Please. Tell us a little. Let me hear your acceptance speech. I want to hear something about you.
I definitely appreciate. I'm very honored to be named here and to be invited here with all the other honorees.
Yeah.
I've been doing the work of in regards to domestic violence since 2006. I continue to actually, my organization still continues. I continue to support it in Detroit as well as the work that I do here. I'm also a keynote speaker. I'm actually writing my book, so I'm soon to add authors to the list. I do a lot of mentoring and consulting with other nonprofits. I'm an advocate against gender violence issues, domestic violence, and sexual assault.
No, I love that. I love that. Are you originally from Detroit?
Yes, born and raised.
Oh, awesome.
I just moved here in 2016, so I haven't been here that long. But
in the Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
Oh, that
I'm
is
in St. Thomas.
Oh, good stuff. Awesome. I have some really good friends from the Virgin Islands. So no, thank you for everything that you do. Is there any way that people can get in contact with your organization, or like you have Instagram? What are the best ways for people to reach you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. So please, Facebook, look at Sisters Acquiring Financial Empowerment. Our website is newsafestart.org. I'm on all social medias, Miss Kaylin, MSKALYN. So people can definitely connect, support, learn more about domestic violence. We specifically work in regards to economic abuse, is what SAFE does. So looking at how survivors are kept in situations due to economic circumstance, and this was especially heightened during this time of the quarantines and the pandemic. Like, how does a person move? How do they, if one person is controlling all the family and household resources? So that's the part that I'm the most proud of, is that we've helped so many women who are being oppressed and abused to become financially self-sufficient, to then take care of themselves independently and their children, and to move forward in safety without abuse.
And I love that. I really do. Like, to be honest, like, I've dealt with, domestic violence with different relatives and everything. And it's like, until you've actually witnessed it, it's just this whole thing of like, whoa, like, I had no idea that this is a thing. So actually providing safe havens for people to be able to go to, because it's not like it's not as simple. Sometimes I've heard people say, "Oh, just leave," and it's like, well, if she doesn't have money, or if she needs to go somebody, or if they go somewhere, or if there are children involved, every situation is completely different. So I'm just
I definitely would encourage anyone listening, if you yourself or someone who's experiencing domestic violence, that you reach out to a local program or the national hotline to create a safety plan, because unfortunately, the time when victims try to leave their abuser is when the rate of homicide actually increased. So we want everybody to be safe. We want you to survive, thrive.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much. We honor you. We thank you so much for
Thank you.
looking out for other people and just being great yourself, and for being from Detroit. Just that. Just we just honor you.
Yeah.
It's a great place. That's why I'm
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you so much. All right, everybody. Our next honoree is an awesome woman by the name of Michelle King, aka Shell. She has lended her professional business acumen and support to many businesses as the former director of SBA funded Small Business Development Center. Michelle is an entrepreneur, business counselor, and an educator. She has an MBA with a focus in finance and accounting professional in banking. Michelle has been active in her community for over 20 years. She is currently supporting the organization Diamond in the Raw as the role of treasury. Her support in building the I'm Just Saying show and helping in creating SS Dion Productions has been invaluable, as we all know. Through her leadership and guidance in this year of 2021, we are creating and producing 2 more shows. Those shows be Can You Handle the Trouble and All About the Business with Shell, which will be airing at the end of the month. So please, everybody, look out for that. She is working on a platform to help small businesses build back better after the economic crisis that we're currently still kind of in. And she's definitely qualified to do this. Michelle King knows all about the business. So it is with pleasure that we honor her today with the Pearl Jam Women of Empowerment Award.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much.
Another Detroit girl, too, just so you know.
Oh,
we
that's
have
so
several
cool.
on the line.
And I just have to ask, what high school?
Osborne.
Okay. My mom went to Osborne. Y'all probably
remember? I knew your mom since like first grade.
Yeah, I'll be forgetting everybody.
Kindergarten or whatever.
That's
well,
crazy.
we won't talk about that right now.
Exactly.
Anyway, thank you. Glad to be here. I've been working with Dion, and I'm just saying, probably now, 2 years now we've been working on this behind the scenes, Dion, doing different things. So the time has come for me to step in front of the camera.
Awesome.
I've been working with small businesses, for many years. I started as a business counselor with the Small Business Development Center. And from there, I moved up into the position of director. And in that role, though, I was really inspired. I've always considered myself an entrepreneur, but helping other business owners and seeing what they're doing and what they're going through was really like an eye-opening experience. So with this, given that we're in the midst of this pandemic and all these businesses are closing, I've been trying to do my part to help my local, businesses, like supporting them. I'm just feeling like, what can I do? What else can I do to really help small businesses right now? And so Dion and I have been, putting our heads together. I'm feeling really inspired right now with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris coming on board, that I can now speak up and give some hope. I didn't really want to come on before because I really felt like I didn't know what to say. I didn't know how I could give, a small business something valuable. But, being very honest with what we were looking at in this unusual situation we're in the pandemic. But so I'm looking forward to doing this, and I'm excited about it. I think building back better is just the perfect tagline for us to piggyback on, because that is Kamala Harris and Joe Biden's tagline. But at the same time, this is an opportunity for many businesses to kind of reevaluate what they're doing, what they do best, and just come out doing something better, something
No, I
different.
love that.
And
How
that
has it
even
been? Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, and that is even applying to myself personally, because I'm in a period of transition. So now I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to embrace this new platform
Yeah,
and let it go where it goes.
I love that. Like, how has it been for, because one of the things that I heard about a lot of businesses, that not a lot of small businesses even knew how to like apply for the PPP, and now the round two of PPP. How has it been like educating people about that, or like what efforts are going on to help people?
Yeah, and we talked about that because we did a show a few weeks ago, Deanna and I, and there's just many layers to the process, and I'm trying to be very authentic and being honest with small businesses, especially as I'm speaking to minority small businesses, which often has you know many disadvantages, being that access to capital being one, but just
Mhm.
being a small business owner requires most people to wear many hats. So that in itself means that they're trying to be the expert in too many fields. So that's why I would say many of them weren't prepared, because when that funding came out, we know that it went really fast, and it went really fast to those who were already in position. And that's really what we're going to focus on when we start this discussion, and we're starting it next week, I believe. It's starting with the whole concept of getting in position. And getting in position is not just a function of getting your documents together, but it's also getting the mind together and understanding that, just because you're looking like you're down right now does not mean that, in a year's time, you can't be doing something completely different. I
Yeah.
would say, looking at Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, last year this time, what did it look like for them as far as, their campaign for
Crazy.
president? So, and here they are now, we're looking forward to them being sworn in tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Few
things can
hours away.
turn around.
No, I love that, and just thank you for that, actually, because I know that's something that I've heard a lot of. Like, anytime I hear SBA, I'm like, oh my God, you guys are going through a lot right now. So thank you.
Yeah, and I'm not with the SBA anymore. I haven't done that in a while. I moved into higher education, but it was still related to economic development.
Okay.
But now I'm ready to do something new myself. So I'm going to, pull from my background. I've been a part of many nonprofits. I've been working in the community as a just, volunteering. I've worked with Guarded Wings Projects. I'm working with Diamond in the Raw.
Yep.
So I'm connected to many of these women that are being honored here. So I've even worked with Dallas way back in most. That was many years ago. So just really trying to be a part of improving the circumstances for our community.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Like, we need people like you that are specifically speaking to people that are Black, or just, not necessarily white and everything. And it's
No,
important.
it's just what
Having
I
those faces
hope
is
to
important.
give can benefit many people. But yeah, some of
Exactly.
the issues we're going to have to address are specific
Yeah.
to how we do things. So
No, absolutely. And just thank you for everything that you do and everything that you are. We honor you
well,
today.
thank you. I'm glad to be a part of this panel. I'm so impressed by these ladies. I've met them all
Uh,
previously, and most of them are people that I truly admire. And Kaylin, that's family. She's my niece. So I'm very proud
aw,
of the compliments she's made. Yeah.
that's so sweet. Love it. All right. We have the next honoree of this evening. Her name is Denise Mins Harris. Now, she is born in Harlem, New York, born to the legendary Al Mins, creator of the dance called the Lindsay Hop. Now, I've actually read and seen about that, and I had no idea, which is insane. But to create a dance that people are still talking about 80 years later, crazy. Denise grew up around the jazz greats Count Basie, Cab Calloway, but at the age of 14, Denise picked up the torch of leadership when she joined the Black Panthers. Good stuff. Denise has been working for equal justice and equality for most of her life. She loves dancing and will tell you that she loves the fight for justice. Today, she is still an advocating for injustices, and she works closely with groups like Southern Poverty Law Center, and the DNC. She played a major role in the Biden campaign, thank you, and also helping to be a voice during this important election. Denise Mintz Harris is always leads with gratefulness, and we are grateful for you for this election and the hard work and your dedication for empowering young voters. So we thank you and we honor you tonight with the Pearl Jam Women of Empowerment Award. Thank you. I want to
Thank
make an
you.
applause track just to be hearing it so loudly. Because seriously, it's just like you guys are great, and thank you.
Thank you. I thought actually I was going to be playing your role tonight, and then I get a text from Dion like you're being honored. So I'm like, what? But
Aw, that's
it's all
awesome.
good. It's all good. When I was 8 years old,
Yeah.
the first book I ever read that was a novel was the autobiography of Harriet Tubman.
Oh wow.
And while I grew up in Harlem and my father was traveling the world dancing, and I love dance as well, and I even performed with him, he didn't want me to be a dancer. His whole thing was, Denise, you have a mind, you have a mouth, you should use that to help the world. And I
Yeah.
was like, okay. And so he started saying it to me like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I read the autobiography of Harriet Tubman. And at 8 years old, I decided I wanted my life to make a difference. I didn't want to just take up space on the earth.
Absolutely.
And then right after that, I read the autobiography of Frederick Douglass. And
Nice.
I began this long journey of learning about the importance of being about something.
Yeah.
And so, working with the Southern Poverty Law Center with messaging and fundraising, and today a long meeting with Tom Perez and Sam, whose name escapes me right now, but he's Tom Perez's right hand at the DNC. I mean, things are popping,
Yeah.
and it's only going to get better.
Yeah.
And the smart thing that I want to let people know is that traditionally, the Democratic National Committee, Tom Perez called it an accordion. Like, they gear up for the presidential elections and build all this infrastructure and do all this stuff. And then they get a president elected, and then, like an accordion, they go back this way.
Wow.
But this time they're not. They're keeping their infrastructure.
I love that.
They bought 93 million cell phone numbers during this campaign because they figured out that the people they need to talk to don't have landlines.
Wow. Smart.
Southern Poverty Law Center is fighting their hearts out to deal with voter suppression in the courts. So it's my pleasure and honor, but mostly, I still am in the streets.
Yeah.
Still, where I have 3 Black sons.
Oh wow.
So when the marches was happening, I was marching too.
I love
And
that.
I was, I've been doing it my whole life because I never want to become an intellectual activist.
Yeah.
In the street with the people, talking, fighting, messaging, then I'll go stale when I have to work with the big dogs.
Mhm.
By being out there with the people, I always know what's going on. And Dion, gave me the privilege of, she called me when the Democratic primaries were going on. And she's like, Denise, I need you to walk this campaign with me. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I need you to do my show with me. And I thought, oh, that would be fun. It became real work.
Yeah.
But I'd be watching a debate, and then the phone would ring, and I knew it was Dion. She's like, we got to go up tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So it's been my privilege to work with her and encourage people to vote and continue in my own small way to try to make a difference and leave an imprint in the
No,
world.
I love that. And there's no small thing. Like, I'm always reminded that like nobody has to do anything. Like everybody can just like you could just pay your bills and chill. So the fact that people are like going above and beyond to one be activists themselves and also to support other people who are bringing awareness, who are bringing a voice and who are educating and getting people out to vote like is incredible. So literally that and many other reasons, we honor you and we thank you so much for being who you are and doing what you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Moving right along. I just, again, I'm just stunned. You guys are motivating me to just do more and be more just by your presence and everything. Like I feel like, oh man, I need to get like a couple of PhDs just to be able to to be to be on the level to read you guys' biographies. You guys are amazing, seriously, and I am very honored to be able to even be here. So our next honoree of the evening is Diane Shorte. She holds a Bachelor of Arts degree with an emphasis in psychology from Antioch University and is the author of Ladies Operating Very Effectively, also known as Love. Finding the Power to Change Your World. She is also creator and slash producer of the Love Awards. Oh, nice. You have to look up there. Put it back up. I want to see that. She is also creator and producer of the Love Awards, a Los Angeles community-based award show that annually honors extraordinary women and men whose lives inspires and impact the world. Through her organization, Ladies Operating Very Effectively, Diane has coached and mentored hundreds of women throughout workshops and seminars in the areas of finance, health, wellness, relationships, public speaking, and life skills training. With a passion for volunteerism, mentoring, and coaching, she has provided volunteer and mentoring services for many nonprofit organizations such as A Place Called Home, I know of them, City of Angels Ballet, Diamond in the Raw Foundation, and so much more. In 2018, she was named a Woman of Achievement by the Century City Chamber of Commerce. So, this former professional dancer who performed with WNBA Los Angeles Sparks dance team, we honor you for your work in the community with the Pearl Jam Empowerment Award. Amen. Oh, I think you might be muted. You might need to unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Calvin. I am so excited to be here, and I am so honored to be among the women that are here today. As a little girl, this is where I wanted to be. I wanted to be amongst the women who were making things happen. I grew up in a community where women only had children, and most of them were single parents. And one thing that I remember growing up, I never heard any of these women talk about dreams. They never shared a goal or a dream to be anything. They all wanted to raise their children, to be healthy, to be successful, but I never heard any dreams being spoken. And because of that, it really impacted my life. And I wanted to help women to discover and to build upon the dreams that they had inside. Because they have them, they just never let them out because of the work that they were doing for their children and the work that they had to do as parents and without men in the home. And so I made it literally my mission in life to empower women. And my book, which is titled Love, Ladies Operating Very Effectively, is the means that I plan to do that because I wanted women to operate very effectively in every area of their life. So in my life, it's been interesting because I pretty much have done so much in so many different areas. It's almost as if I could possibly be what do they say? You are a jack of all trade, but a master of none.
Yeah.
Well, the way that I like to think about that is I'm a jack of all trade and a lover of all of them. Everything that I do comes from my heart. And so I give back to the community through all of the things that I do. And my book is for women, and it's to empower them to want to live the life that they were born to live.
Yeah.
And that's why I assist in so many nonprofits. I really want to help people succeed. It's like that makes me a success. That's how I feel successful. Is helping others to be successful.
I love that. No, see, I just want you to know, and I'm definitely stealing that jack of all trades, lover of all. I'm using that, man.
Go ahead, sure.
Look,
I'm giving it away.
I'm a multi-hyphenate, so it's like, look,
Super creative.
Sorry, I do more than one thing. Okay, I play 5 instruments. What I'm supposed to do?
Play them all.
All right. Well, no, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Seriously, thank you. And yeah, can I see that book again? There we go. That's awesome. Is that available on Amazon?
It's available on Amazon, but I would prefer that people buy it from my website, which is dianeshorte.com, because Amazon makes more money off of you than you can make on your own if you have your own website. So it is available on Amazon. I use Amazon as my marketing tool, but please purchase it from dianeshorte.com.
There we go. I'm glad I asked. That's awesome. Well, thank you again. You are amazing.
You're welcome.
Awesome.
Thank you. My pleasure.
So,
And thank you so much to Dion. Dion, thank you so much for this platform for women to be honored. Women work hard. Women give so much. And it is so important that we honor ourselves and that others also honor us. So thank you, Dion.
Aw, that's so sweet. I know she can hear you and everything. She's behind. Oh, there she goes. Hey.
I said, you guys are so welcome, but it's not about what this is already.
All right, well,
this
oh,
is
yeah,
already
she's on mute.
said
I
for
don't know if you
itself.
mute. Yeah, there you go. Let me just say boop.
Okay. I think Mike muted me, but no, I said it is no thank you. This is an honor. This is a gift for me. Let me let him go on, because when I'm all about love. My thing is knowledge is power, love is everything. And when I see all of my sisters of love and the empowerment, and I understand what God is doing and how good He is, and how everything is, I'll say one thing to you. You see a smile on my face, you know what I mean? But deep inside, I have some things, and you guys are carrying me through. You know what I mean? My granddaughter and my son are battling COVID. My son is struggling with it. And so, again, God said, not so. And He also said, I called on you to do something divine, and to fulfill a divine purpose, you have to answer when you're called. Meaning, I need you to let me handle this, because that's not your battle.
Yep.
And I need you to do this, because this is your battle. And it's important that we know, and people know, and everyone understands the power that is in the women of us, our empowerment. It has changed lives. It will continue to change lives, and it will forever move mountains. Do you understand what I'm saying? We have that. And this is what I want them to see. This is what I want my granddaughter to see, and my grandchildren to understand, that there is power in us. You understand what I'm saying? As long as that we have that light and that beacon of hope, which is God, there is power in us. That nobody fool you. But you got to get out of yourself. There's no joy in self. You got to get out of self. There's so much joy in giving and sharing and loving. It's a joy unimaginable. You can't even, my grandmother used to look back and say, I got peace like I've never known, joy like I've never found. I got peace of mind. And I didn't understand what she meant. I had to get older. She meant I had a love I could never find. I got Jesus. I got God, and I got something in my soul. There's a light, no more darkness. And right now we are walking out of 2020's darkness into the light of 2021 as we honor our first. And they tried to cover it. They wanted to shadow it down, that we have the first woman of color, first woman VP. You can't hold us back. And as the song said, ain't no stopping us now. We've only just begun. So move. We didn't even want no foot. Damn it, give us a toe. We walking through the door. We don't even need the foot. Just give us a toe. We walking in. we're going to take a moment. We're going to let Olivia live. My girl Walker, who has brought us through so much with her beautiful music and songs. She's going to perform for us and everything. And I want you guys to enjoy this. We put this together for you. This is for you. And all that you have done, every one of you, got me or getting me through this pandemic, and I love you for it.
Yeah.
I love you for it. I couldn't be no more sincere. And as George Wallace said, ain't nothing you can do about it. Can't stop me from loving you.
I tell you.
Liv, give us something they can feel.
All right, y'all. How you doing? This song, it's not out yet. It's coming out soon. It's my baby. It's called Broken Promise, and I just hope you can feel it. Melody and a broken promise. That's all we made. A melody and a broken promise. Oh, that's all he gave. And it goes on and on and on. On and on and on, every day. Sweet, sweet song. Ooh, sweet, 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 sweet song. Sweet, 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 sweet song. Sweet, 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 sweet song. For a story to tell, and might as well be mine. Caught on creeping in my smooth talk, so sad and sweet, nothing. Till he crept into morning. Behind was a broken promise. Oh, that's all he gave. And the broken promise. Yeah. I can help but play. Ooh, sweet, 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 sweet song. Sweet song. Sweet song. Oh, sweet, sweet, sweet song. It goes on and on and on, on and on and on, on and on and on. Just a sweet, sweet song, and it goes on and on and on, and it goes. It goes on and on. Just a sweet, sweet song, and it goes on and it goes. Sweet, 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 sweet song. Sweet, 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 sweet song. Also, I just want to say that my partner in life and crime, music, and all things wonderful produced this song, and he's playing bass for us right now.
Buddha.
Go ahead, Buddha. That was insane. See, I ain't have to blow my little song out of the water like that. It's not a contest. This is not Star Search. But but this is highlighting women. So no, that was incredible. I'm like, golly, I should have brought my bassist in here. He could have been do 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 do. That'd have been great. No, seriously, that's great. I love the song. I love all the plants in your background. Seriously, Buddha's great. I might hit him up. I need some extra producers in my life. And sometimes my bass player be acting up. So, I gotta have options just in case.
I have options.
You gotta have options just in case he start acting funny. So, you, in addition to being an amazing singer, opening up this program and singing now, you are one of the honorees. So let me give you your whole spiel because you definitely earned it. Just Live, also known as Olivia Walker, has been the voice of the pandemic. She's been writing since she was a young girl. She found solace in a quiet room with pen and paper. She is the voice of a new sound of music from the new India Irie Lettucey genre. So I love it. Liv has her album on Spotify and iTunes, and she is a sister of Lamert Park. She is the sultriness of what LA really is and has strength and courage. She has a song, Can I Live? And that song is the song of the year. So the I'm Just Saying show highlighted that and they love it. And it embodies what everybody is feeling and going through during the pandemic, yet leaves a feeling of hope. Olivia Walker has a voice so silky. She's a diva in attitude, but she's also the most humble and giving human being. She lends her voice to the church of her for the love of her. Sorry, this is me. I just needed to drink some water. But she lends her voice to the church for her love of God, and she shares her talents with anyone who is in need of help. Through this pandemic, she, along with her boyfriend Buddha, never stopped pushing the music. She never stopped entertaining us, and it's amazing because, especially last year, we needed uplifting music. We needed that light. So for sharing that light, for being who you are, and for doing what you do, we honor you with the Pearl Jam Women of Power Award. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is my first award. Thank you, Dion, for your encouragement. I think it's a beautiful thing, like how cyclical relationships can be. You calling me and asking me to do this was just the pick me up that I needed. I see myself as a servant. I see music as a healing agent. And a lot of these songs came from a space of me just trying to speak life into myself, pick myself up. As a young girl, music has always been that for me. And so I see it as an agent to do that for others. And I just thank you for recognizing me, and it just gives me another push to move forward. You mentioned Lamert Park, and I was raised in Lamert Park. I was educated in Black. I'm gonna have some shows coming up in Lamert. We play in the alley at Holland Cool Cafe. Sundays in the evening outside, so it's COVID friendly. Well, not COVID friendly, but the opposite. That
bring all your COVID.
Bring your mask. Bring your good energy, but take your elderberry. Okay.
Yeah.
But I do just want to highlight Lamert Park as a hub for community. Through Lamert, I've got into philanthropy, working with Happy Period, working with Chaos Network, Ben Caldwell, Tony at the Hot and Cold Cafe. I support Black-owned businesses, and I just want to use my gifts to help inspire and create and just push our community and our culture forward. I just want to thank my mom. I'm not wearing my pearls because the first pearls I was ever able to purchase are on her neck right now. She's tuning in, listening. I want to thank both my parents, as well as Buddha, for just giving me a space to, I wouldn't be able to bring these songs and these stories to life if he wasn't here to help me. So if you like to catch us, we have a live music event on February 5th. And you can follow me on social media with all the information.
Yeah, what's your social media? I'm gonna follow you now so I don't forget. I don't want no issues.
Who is Just Live? WHOISJUSTLIV. All my music is on all streaming platforms. I have 2 EPs out, and I'm working to release the song you just heard and some other things. I just look forward to. I'd be remiss if I didn't say that it's really a privilege and an honor to be just beside such incredible women. And I only hope to reach the heights that you all have acquired and continue to grow in my own career and my own activism and artivism, and to someday have a resume as powerful and illuminating as all of yours. I've been really inspired by all of you. So thank you, Dion, for allowing me to participate. I'm very grateful.
Nah, absolutely. I will say, I'm honored too. I'm honored just to be reading for y'all. They say that you become like, you know, the people that you're around. And so I'm in good company because y'all are great. I'm like, yes, I just went up a couple of levels just by introducing y'all. This is amazing. Thank you. And no, your music sounds amazing. Thank you so much to Buddha for also helping with production. And I just followed you. And look, I'll turn up, man. I'm gonna have my mask and my elderberry. But I'm
no.
I've been heck, I might come and perform. Let me know if they got an extra slot. Hit my DMs.
All right. All right.
No, I ain't got time. I'm
You're on
starved.
chair.
For real. I mean, he's like, nah, you there. You opening and closing the show. We got you. You there. Good stuff. Again, thank you so much for everything that you do and everything that you are. We are coming to the end. This is kind of sad to me. We're like kind of wrapping. This was so cool. Like, you know, just to be honest, like, you know, so I'm a new father of a beautiful baby girl, Heaven Michelle Renee Winbush. And, you know, you think about like your child and the world that she's going to be like entering into and the impact that she can have and everything. And so this conference, even just tonight, has given me, not that I didn't have hope, but it's just been like, oh, wow, like, man, maybe she could be like her. Maybe she could be like her. Like, it's given me so much more inspiration to like, man, like all the awesome things that my daughter can do and can be and everything, because you guys are showing out. I'm hoping I don't push it too much. I'm gonna be like, well, these women, she got 8 PhDs. She helping 5 businesses. Come on, you ain't like Jane Bond. Nah, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna let her find her own path, but yeah, she gonna be somebody. Let me tell you, I can't know y'all and have a daughter that don't do nothing. Nah, y'all crazy. All right, the next honoree is Marianne Cooper Vanderveen. I love that name, and she's a writer, reporter, poet, and copy editor. She's a published author who is from the Netherlands, but she now has made Los Angeles her home. Hey, Mariana has worked with the I'm Just Saying team for over a year. She embodies a pure heart. She stepped in and saw someone in need of help and reached out her mind and heart to help. She lives for justice and equality, and she speaks out freely and unafraid of what is just and unjust. Coming to this country, she came with virgin eyes, and she's being able to settle in. She saw injustices firsthand and began to push to rally for change. Never apologetic and always blunt, quick to say what is wrong. We salute you for your courage and hard work. Please continue to push for justice. And it has been it's been a pleasure to work with you. I actually got to meet you previously when I was on the show, and you were amazing then, and you're amazing now. And there's a lot of things.
Thank you.
Dion will say out of her mouth, it's like, man, there's a lot of stuff that would not have happened had Marianne not come through. Like, she does not spare that and everything. So to think of all the stuff that she's been able to do, you know, that you're one of the people behind the scenes, we thank you because, you know, like, again, nobody has to do stuff now. We all got options in life. So when you see somebody and you're helping them and you're actually, you know, lifting others up and whatnot, it's extremely commendable. So we honor you today with the Pearl Jam Woman of Empowerment Award. And let's see, let us remember that apart we are nothing, but together we can change anything. Please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, you say this lady does always know what to say, but sometimes times like this it's kind of new and exciting for me. I just want to say, I mean, it's been a trip to move to the United States in 2019 with my American husband, and he lived with me for 5 years in the Netherlands. So. Yeah. I'm happy that he knows where I'm from because, you know, obviously racism is everywhere, but there are certain things that you don't have to worry about when you live in the Netherlands, which is healthcare and education. It's all the same for everybody, for example. So I remember when my husband first got to the Netherlands and he saw the police and he was like, baby, there's police. I said, baby, you don't have to worry about all that over here. You know, it's okay. You can relax. And obviously, for him, what happened in the past couple of years is nothing new. And for me, it is. So probably my emotions are higher when it comes to that. It's like, baby, I've been living this all my life, so it's nothing new, you know? And for me, it's like, what in the world is happening over here? And I was lucky enough to move to Inglewood. So, I mean, I am so blessed with the people that are in our community, and I've been learning so much about, the whole history basically, and yeah.
No, absolutely. Like the first thing I'll say is like, thankfully I've had the opportunity to actually, travel to other countries and go to places where I didn't speak the native language. So I just really admire you, like just not only coming out here, but like jumping in, not just, doing the safe thing of getting established. You were like, nope, I'm here. Let's jump
Right.
in and whatnot. Like,
Right.
how many languages do you speak, by the way?
At least 4.
4 languages. I barely speak English.
Right.
I'm just getting used to English, and you speak like 4. That's insane. So no, literally, I'm just like amazed and honored in that. And then coming along and actually holding up Dion and everything and helping it be
Right.
possible.
I mean, that's the thing. When I lived in the Netherlands, I did I was a reporter for Congress about polarization and radicalization in society.
Yep.
I did the editing of a book about discrimination in the city where I'm from. So I thought that I knew what I was talking about
Yeah,
until I moved to the United States,
yeah,
and that's a whole nother level.
yeah.
And I mean, the funny thing, I need to tell this story.
Please.
The first time that I met Dion was at Morris Media Studios. My sister-in-law owns the studio, and I was there just to visit her. And Dion was happened to be there just to do her first show. So I was just sitting there watching her do the show. And her first show, I mean, if you saw it, it was about the white lady in the parking lot with the black guy in the parking lot. She was yelling the N-word at him. And I mean, she was really, but imagine looking in the studio, seeing an unknown white girl
Yeah.
listening to your first show while you're all, she was like, what in the world? Who is this girl? And then afterwards, I mean, I told her straight up, I mean, shit, these things need to be talked about. And I'm super proud of you that you do that. And I really admire you. And plus, I mean, we're a year and a half later now. And I really need to thank her from the bottom of my heart for taking me under her wing and showing me around. I'm never gonna cry. But yeah, she's been there for me and a listening ear and always advice. And we like to talk about everything that is going on and what it does to me, but also what it does to her. And the only way you can learn from each other is to listen and to share experiences and
Yeah.
yeah, I'm blessed.
Yeah, we're blessed to have you. Thank you so much. That was so
Mari,
sweet.
don't make me cry.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
No, people don't understand. Let's say this. Let me give her props. When I started my show, and I said it for a reason. It wasn't about everybody else as far as what they thought. I believe that we should love and respect everyone, no matter what race, what gender. It doesn't matter what gender of choice. That's not our job. God put us here to be blessings. And so when you say God bless you, or God's going to bless you, well, if you are not doing your job, how can you help him continue to bless? Because you are meant to be the blessed. That dollar you give someone, or that advice you give to someone, that's the door that he wants open after the window got closed.
Yep.
And if you turn them away, and with Mariana, she reached out to me and was like, hey, I loved your show. Do you need any help? I can do this, da, da, da. And I'm not going to lie. We have our good show and our bad show. The reluctance in me was like, because I had she told you, did a show where the woman was saying nigga, nigga, nigga. So when she came, I looked, and it said you got to look beyond and see the heart. And so through this, we have grown with each other, and I've learned a lot. And she's she's my no person. And it's real. You know, she'll say, hey, well, wait, what about your brand? Or what about this? Or what about that? Or when I'm not being me, thinking I'm supposed to fit in society's way, you know, and realize I have to just be Dion. I'm country. I was country when country wasn't cool.
Yeah.
And I'm proud of it. I'm proud of everything the country taught me, because the country taught me that I have to love you. Yep. I don't care who you are or what you do, but I ain't got to like you. That's my choice. I don't have to deal with you. And as my mama would say, treat them with a long handle spoon, baby. Nobody knew what that meant. Treat them with a long handle spoon. But I knew what she meant. Keep your distance. But love. So I was taught love, not hate. So that can't grow in me. So people that are around me and in my life, they are sowing great seeds. Seeds that I know that are going to plant trees that are going to be around for years to come, and stories that are going to go through infinity and beyond. I don't have time for anything less. If you living it short and you not doing it right, I treat you with a long handle spoon. Pray for you, and I love you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But I ain't got time for hate. I ain't got no room for it in my heart. My heart can't hold it. I won't let it. You ain't getting me with that. Miss me, as my mama would say when she tried to hang with us now. Y'all can miss me with that, baby. So anyway, thank you, Mari.
Thank you.
You're helping this black gay woman understand that we all are the same at the end of the day. You know what I mean?
That's
that
right.
we all are the same. One time, Mari, you got to tell this story real quick. Mari was on, and this, I think it was when George Floyd had got murdered. So Mari goes on Instagram, and Mari is legit. She's like, I want to know how I can help, how I can make a difference, what I can do. This is our friendship. It could be a book. So the woman claps back, as we all say, claps back at Mari. Well, Mari is not used to that clap, you know, when they clap back, and the woman, I think it was from Africa or somewhere. So Mari calls me and said, would you look at what she read? I don't know what I should do, and da-da-da. So now I'm the talker.
Yeah.
And my writing is going to be fast because I can write, but Mari's an editor. So I sit down and I lit into the woman. I hit it. Mari went behind it and she scratched it up to make sure the woman not only got read, it was educatedly read. You understand what I mean? When it was finished, the woman couldn't say nothing, do nothing but say wowzers. You get what I mean? Because I went and hit it with your privileged life, thinking you're privileged because you had the complexion for the protection. Oh, we went in on it. So I said, oh, you know what? It's nothing like being hit by us black sisters. But think about how powerful we are if we all, of every race, as sisters, stand beside each other.
Right.
Wow. Because we knocked her down. We knocked the breath out of her. And that was done together. And you had to see it. And even I just kind of looked and we laughed about it later. And my guy in the back, Mike, was like, wow, what did y'all do? And that's just the thing about it. But in general,
yeah, it was a white girl living in an African country, and she was telling me basically how I should handle racism. And she was also telling me that I needed to unpack all whatever I was carrying, and that it was up to us basically to fix everything. And I said, well, I thought that we as white people messed everything up. So we cannot be the hero now and say, you know what, I fucked it up, sorry, and I am going to fix it for you too. No, we need to sit down, you know, and listen and yeah, I mean, it's not up to us. And if I can use my white privilege, please, I mean, I'm welcome to do that, but I am not here to tell you how, you know. So it was weird, and that is also a perfect example of how even two Dutch white girls can fight over how we can fix racism. So,
Oh yeah.
With white privilege,
right?
No, buddy, that ain't gonna fix it. We got work to do.
Exactly.
Okay.
Well, I need to real quick,
Please,
because of course now I have the chance to say hi to my family and friends, and also, of course, a huge thank you to my husband because, I mean, living in the Netherlands for 5 years and then moving back to the United States and getting back in a role that you lived all your life, but it's not necessarily one that you want to go back to. I mean, it has been tough. And also, not being able to go out and not, for me to build a network. Dion is basically my network outside of my family here. Obviously, I do have family in law, but it's different. So, yeah, I mean, I am really proud of how we managed to handle everything so far. And I want to send my love to my family and friends in the Netherlands. My dad just recovered from COVID. He was in the ICU and he had it bad. So I am so happy that he's still here. And yeah, thank you all.
I love that. I love that. Well,
Don't worry, Mama. Dion be making sure she keep it black.
love it. I think I know like one word in Dutch, like begroting to everybody in the Netherlands. I probably said it very wrong.
Groetjes.
Yeah, there you go. Baby steps. There you go. But no, seriously, thank you so much. I've personally been able to see the work that you do, and like a lot of us, even if we haven't seen you, we've seen the show and everything, and we thank you for that. Seriously.
Thank you, Calvin.
Absolutely. All right, we are down to the end. This is the last, but clearly not the least. So don't ever think that. This is Grace Yu. Now, she ran for LA City Council District 10. She's a first generation immigrant, the daughter of a warehouse worker, a 30-year dues paying member of LA City Employees Union, and a proud K through 12 LA Unified SU alum. Why does she run? Because she believes elected officials should listen to the community and work in the best interest of the people. She has been politically active for years. She is a community leader and attorney who has dedicated her life to standing up for children and communities that are too often neglected. Her top priority will always be public safety, feeding and sheltering the homeless. Grace was an amazing candidate and one day will be a great city councilwoman. Yes. Grace, through this pandemic, sometimes putting herself in harm's way to provide masks, food, and emotional support to the people of District 10. Grace also supported and promoted small business in the community, further shining a light on the need in the community. Grace Yu continues to be the light and that beacon of hope for the people in the community as they need, please, 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 the people in the community need your help even more today. Like, we all think that the COVID thing is just about done. We don't know how it's going to go, but we need more people like you. So thank you. And it's with great pleasure that we honor you tonight for your dedication and hard work. So tonight we give you the Pearl Jam Women of Empowerment Award. Yes. Applause track. Yes. You can't hear all the applause because of Zoom, but we're clapping. It's there.
It is an honor to be recognized for being a woman who gives back to the community, but I am so overwhelmed by all my fellow honorees.
Yeah.
You women really, as Calvin keeps mentioning, are amazing. And to be recognized along with you, I am overjoyed. I can tell you, I see the common theme of giving of ourselves for the betterment of our community members, our fellow sisters and brothers who are in need, who need a little encouragement, a little guidance. And the fact that you women here have just achieved and gone further and just doing more than anyone could expect. And honestly, Dion, I'm just saying, you are amazing. And the idea of honoring women who just do what we can without seeking any recognition, but just day in, day out, helping those in the background, in the forefront. We don't do this for the limelight. We do it because we love our neighbors. and we give of ourselves. And I got to say, what a tremendous honor it is to be amongst these amazing women. Thank you so much for this recognition. And I, along with Calvin, have had the huge enjoyment of listening at how varied our lives are, but the common theme of giving service, giving of ourselves, and just pursuing excellence while doing it in love. I love it. So thank you for this great honor. I am truly blessed and will continue to be a blessing to everyone. And my new role after having run for this race is to be the public affairs specialist for senior citizens. I have taken a position with St. Barnabas Senior Services, which has been around for over 100 years. It's going on 113 this year that the community brought forth St. Barnabas Senior Services to help the neediest in the mid Wilshire area, and it has grown beyond. So it is a privilege to be working there now as well.
I love that. I was just about to ask, like, "Ooh, what are you doing now?" You already just answered the question. So seriously, thank you for your work with homeless people, for your work with the elderly now. Thank you, because there's, I mean, you already know this, but it's like there are a lot of people who aren't necessarily always in a position to help themselves, or especially when they're older. Like, I remember I had to file for unemployment once. Oh my God. I was like, I'm pretty smart. I've, I've gone to school, but dang it, I was like, I could barely figure it out. I was like, yo, if somebody's like older and never used the internet, like, they're not gonna get it. They could just get evicted just because they're old. Like, this is crazy. And so, like, I really appreciate you helping out people who are elderly and everything, but clearly not forgotten. And we just really honor and we thank you, and we take our hats off for you, like me taking it off actually, and all the other honorees. You guys are amazing. As I said at the top of the program, the pearl is extremely unique, unlike diamonds, rubies, or emeralds and more, because you don't have to cut or polish them before using them. They're just studying the way that they naturally are. And that's why we're calling this the Pearl Jam, because every single honoree here is exactly that. You guys don't need to polish. Like, the way that you naturally are is already affecting change and affecting lives in Los Angeles, in Detroit, in the Virgin Islands, in Florida, around the entire world. Because a life that you guys change today could literally go on to be president, could literally go on to affect change. Generations of people are affected by the awesome work and volunteerism that you guys do. So we would be remiss to not honor you. It actually would be dishonor for us to not say anything, for not to lift these women up and everything. So just I am actually a gracious host in this, and I would also be remiss if I did not just shout out Dion and everybody else who works on the I'm Just Saying show. But Dion, especially, if to know Dion, is love her, because she's awesome. She's very honest and frank, and just has an awesome heart of gold. Like, I don't let anybody know this because she told me to not let people know. Like, but I when I moved to Los Angeles 10 years ago, she literally like let me like stay with her rent free for like a whole month and everything. And like, I've been able to build a foundation to actually be in Oscar award winning films, to travel around the world playing music and everything. And it started from just some generosity out of her heart. So like, that is just an amazing thing. And clearly, if we went down the list and everything, there would be so many personal stories I'm sure that everybody could give about her. But me personally, I just always love and thank you. And she already knows, anytime she call me, like, I'm calling right back as soon as possible. So just shout out and thanks. And, you know, we honor you. We have to, because you're amazing and you do so much for all of us individually, but also together. And thank you for putting this together and just realizing the importance of honoring amazing, awesome women who are just impacting the world in amazing ways. Thank you.
Whew. I don't really need a thank you. Seeing your faces it sounds corny. I don't care. It's the reality. This is all I need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the kind of food that I'll be full off of for about a week. You know what I mean? That's the food for your soul. Now, Olivia has a song that she did, and she
Hey.
didn't know I was gonna take this song and run like I did with it. But the song really got me through the first round of the pandemic. Like as I said, at that time, my mom and my brother both were stricken with COVID. So I've been really it's been really kind of knocking at me, you know. And she had a song called "Can I Live,"
Mm.
and I play that song on the end of certain shows or certain times, and a lot of times I would go in my room to write my shows or to decide what I was gonna do, and listen to "Live" and the song because it was a motivation. A lot of people don't realize, but Denise Menz and I worked side by side, you know, for years working with those. When I hear I still want to get out and do it. But God said not so. I had to stop because I had a heart problem, and to keep from getting a defibrillator, my cardiologist said we need to sit you down. I said, okay, doc, let's just sign me out. You know, I'm gonna just retire because I had a plan. I knew my problem. I was blessed to know years earlier, so I made a plan. And when you make that plan, I always keep God first in the plan because they always say when you plan, God laughs because He has a master plan.
Wow.
So through my plan, I was able to really just sit down. And then when I said, He said, "Not so." I said, "Well, I supposed to sit still, Father." He said, "No, no, no. You just need to get away from that job. Those 6 and 7 days a week and 14-hour days, and you getting angry because 45 had just been in office, and it's no. I thought they probably should have took the heart right then because I was just through, you know. But the point is, I came home and I said to my wife, I said, I'm gonna build a studio, cause you know that's what I want to do. And she was like, that's ludicrous. I said, I had one for years. I used to run a recording studio in Arkansas. I said, I just want to do it for the fun of it. I had no idea because I was going to Morris Media doing my shows that COVID would hit, and I didn't want to stop doing what I was doing. And a friend walked in here and looked and said, you have everything you need, just a few more cameras. And if you know how to edit music, you can edit this. And flashback now, look at God. Look
Hey.
at God. I have over 40 some shows within a year, and I can edit. I can do things that I didn't even know that I could do. Look at God.
Yep.
And I can get on and and I can go out to the world and express what's going on and what we need to do, and keep people abreast of what's going on, whether they want to hear it or not. Because you need to hear it, because this is what's happening, and we need to make sure we are abreast of it and that we are always doing something productive in our lives. And each day is a brand new day. Each day that you awake and you can breathe, you should be planning something or doing something or trying to help and serve somebody each day. You know what I mean? A lot of people didn't care about Hillary Clinton, but she had one motto that I stuck with. And when my wife and I really got together and really realized what we were going to do, I walked with that motto, that we were going to do as much good as we could, for as long as we could, for as many as we could. And you can't do that, Calvin, you know this, without that person beside you willing to help you do it. And through that, we have done so much for so many, and we are just beginning. But you have to have people that believe in what you believe in. That there's a power and a love for giving. I like receiving; it feels good, but giving feels so much better. It really does. It's nothing like looking at someone, and just not even them knowing it's you sometimes. You're just sitting back watching the results. It's amazing. When I look at Calvin, he told you the truth. I said, you ain't got to tell nobody, what I did or we did or any of that.
Yeah.
You're shining. You did that part. That's on you. So, guys, Calvin, tell the women how much you love them and how proud you are of them. And y'all know I was going to make sure that we had a wonderful, kind-hearted brother.
Hey, thank you.
To make sure he greeted you women the proper way you deserved and showed you the respect that you all deserve to have in every day of your life and every walk of your life.
Absolutely. Like, when Dion told me about it and everything, like, I was like very thankful actually, because, as a man especially, it's very important for us to make sure that we're the first ones championing women and everything. And that doesn't happen enough as it should. And so, like, I kid you not, I am actually very honored, and I just appreciate you guys, because I know that without you guys, so many other lives are gonna be worse and everything. So you guys, you know, women clearly are, you know, just the caretakers of society. Clearly, like, you know, I have a wife and a new child and everything, and I just be like, man, can I help more? And she's like, you could, but you really can't. It's mostly on me. And I'm like, man. So like, I just honor you guys, and I'm so thankful. Please keep doing what you're doing. I know that sometimes I'm sure that it's thankless, or that the people that you're helping out the most don't even have the vocabulary to let you know how they appreciate, or sometimes people don't come back and let you know, like they be mad successful later and they don't come back and say thank you. But please continue to do what you're doing, because it is so needed. If 2020 didn't teach you nothing else, it's like, man, people need people. And so thank you so much to all these amazing honorees and these amazing women. We love you guys, and we thank you, and honestly, we need you. Like, whether we say it or not, whether we understand it or know it, we need you guys. So thank you so much for everything that you do. Yay.
Live. Let's let us
Thank
live.
you.
Guys, as
Take it away,
Liv
Liv.
sings, let's hold our hands up as we are giving each other virtual hugs of love and respect, and that zen of how much we love each other. Liv, sing it for them so they'll understand why it got me through.
Go ahead.
This is definitely a song that got me through. Running round on a treadmill, this ain't life. Turn around like a cartwheel, nah, this ain't right. No, there's gotta be more than the rat race, gotta be more. Who said we were lost in the first place? What makes them sure? Never been here before, so I'll never be the girl that I was. She's gone, so I'll never use the past as a crutch. Let that go. Seems like right now might really be all that I got. Currency right now is my dreams, my love, my art. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live, yeah. Without fear, self-doubt or self-deprecate. With a heart on my sleeve and a dream to chase. In a world, in a wood, in another time. Deep breath, fresh air, and a crystal sky. With a faithful guy on an open mic. Or with the spotlight on and the bass upright. Is it too much to ask for in this lifetime? Oh, I believe there's more than these city walls. Oh, I got wings though I hardly fly. I see the bird's eye view so beautiful, but you won't get there until you take flight. Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is, can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Can I live? Just live with me. All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live, live, live. live, yeah. Thank you, Dion. Thank you, Calvin. Hi, Mom. Thanks, babe. God bless you guys.
Go ahead, Leah, sing us on home.
All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying
Everybody
to
have a blessed and beautiful night.
night.
Go ahead, Leah, sing them out. Leah, sing them home.
That's good. Go ahead.
Just go without music. You got it.
Acapella, you good. Just go acapella.
All I wanna do is, I'm just saying, all I'm trying to do is live, yeah. It's everywhere. Just look it up. I hope you enjoy.
You guys have a beautiful one. Love, joy.